This is what we know so far about Mortal Shell, and the video starts right now. What's good, everybody? My name is Shane Static, and today we're going to be talking about what we know so far about Cold Symmetry's upcoming release, Mortal Shell. But before we begin today, don't forget to hit the like button to show your support, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any gameplay or reviews from me. Here we go. Mortal Shell, formerly known as Dungeon Haven, will be the debut AAA title release from indie game developers Cold Symmetry. The development company Cold Symmetry was created in 2017 by the accomplished core team of video game designer and programmer Andrew McLennan Murray, artist and game designer Anton Gonzalez, communication expert Peter Dew, and concept designer and 3D artist Vitaly Bulgarov. Some credentials of this team are the Call of Duty series, Ghost of Tsushima, and World of Warcraft. With this list of heavy-hitting names in the video game world, Mortal Shell should be a spectacle to remember. Mortal Shell will be an action RPG with horror-like themes. The player will awaken as a vessel in a desolate, unforgiving land where humanity and everything that resembles it is deteriorating. In this forsaken land are hidden shrines, altars, and or temples of devout followers of the Dark Father that must be found. Scattered across this land dwell the empty shells of lost warriors ready for the player's vessel to inhabit. Giggity. To help gather sacred glands for what I am assuming are that of the Dark Father's followers for the Dark Father himself. For me, this game seems right up my alley. But what about the gameplay? Let's take a closer look. Among these lost and scattered sacred shrines and temples are monstrous creatures that guard and hunt the player at every turn. Some of these monstrosities take the form of hulking humanoids, while others are in the shape of the inner workings of our worst nightmares. To help fight against these horrifying adversaries, the player can occupy the bodies or shells of fallen warriors that can be found around the world. Each new Mortal Shell will unleash new fighting capabilities and fighting styles for the player to use and master. This allows the player to find a fighting style that best suits them. A skill tree for each shell will also be included within the game to further expand upon special techniques available to the player for that specific shell. Also, the player will be able to craft their own weapons, study dark magic to unlock supernatural powers, and even sharpen their weapons with acid. This is an awesome concept, and I applaud Cold Symmetry for giving us this amazing content. Now let's check out the mechanics of Mortal Shell. The combat mechanics are going to be a huge part of this title. It has been speculated that the combat will be constant through the player's journey and has been heavily compared to Dark Souls without seeming too much like a Dark Souls clone. I know. Another game that's being compared to Dark Souls. But look closely at the gameplay. It looks very strategic between precision dodges, blocks, and rolls while waiting for just the right moment to strike. You be the judge. Tell me in the comments down below. While fighting off these enemies with the player's newly found skills, the player will traverse through several different areas. A couple of areas have been speculated to exist, which are marsh-infested lowlands and gargantuan cathedrals made of obsidian rock. It is also unknown whether the player will traverse through these lands with an open world concept or if this game will be more linear. The developers have hinted, though, that the player can move through these lands in whatever direction they choose while choosing their own path, which makes me lean toward more of an open world concept, but only time will tell. Mortal Shell was on track to release in the third quarter of 2020 on PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. But due to the COVID-19 pandemic, I would not be surprised if the release date was pushed back. Personally, I am perfectly fine with Cold Symmetry pushing back this title if that means more time will be put into this game to make sure that it is as epic as it seems. I'm for sure getting my hands on this game as soon as I can. What about you? And that is what we know so far about Mortal Shell. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to leave me a like to show your support, and subscribe so you don't miss out on any future gameplay or reviews from me. Also, share this video with a friend so they don't miss out as well. My name is Shane Static. I'll see you guys next time. Take care.